Okay, we're going to continue our colorful colors here and just add a cool built-in method for arrays and strings called includes. And the way we can do this is we can simply have an array. Oh, I've been testing it already. 1, 2, 3, and go dot includes. Okay, and what I do is inside of the parentheses, so this is an array method. So on this array, I can go dot includes. And in here, I can pass it, does it include 1? And it will show true. Does it include 2? Yes. 3? Yes. 4? No. 12? No. A? No. Right? So it evaluates the true or false. Now, it works for arrays, but it also works for C. I was typing C. For strings, right? Does this include the letter A? Sure does. Does it include the letter E? No, it doesn't. What about AB? Ah, it does. So it's like a substring. What about AC? No, there is an A and a C in here, but it's not together like that. ABC, it would include. So this includes, we'll search for substrings as well. Okay, so we're going to use that in our colors, and the first thing we're going to try to do is on this, we've got this input element here still. So on key down submit handler, if they've hit enter, what we had here before was we would push new colors in. But we're not going to do that now. I'm going to do an includes. So if, and I'm going to do an if statement because includes returns true or false, right? So if colors dot includes the input element dot value. Okay, now I got to make sure my brackets. This first bracket here ended this one, right? The includes, and this ends my if. Okay. So basically it's saying, hey, it's doing a search for me. And I'm assuming this includes, it's a built-in method. It's probably looping, very similar to what we do here, right? It's going to loop through the array and check, hey, is this value inside of it? In fact, a cool exercise is to try to write your own includes function. But anyway, if this is true, right, if this array colors right here with all these colors in it, if it includes whatever I typed in, I'm just going to alert yes. Or I could do something like this. Actually, let's do one of those backticks, and I'll go input elements dot value is in the array. Exclamation mark, because we're excited. Else, I will alert it is not in the array. Let's try that. Okay, so we'll search for aqua. Hit enter, and it says aqua is in the array. Awesome. Now it's not case insensitive, so if I did aqua like that, it'll say it is not in the array. Right? Farada is not in the array, whereas Alice Blue is in the array. Okay, so this can come in handy. It's basically just, it's a search, right? Now there's another one actually similar. Oh, do I want to show you that now? No, I don't. I'll just mention it briefly. There's also an index of, which searches, but instead of returning true or false, it'll return the position in the array. But I'll probably do an example on that later. What I wanted to do was I wanted to start typing in here, and as I type, I wanted to show up any of the colors that contain what I'm typing, right? So if I type white, I want all the colors that contain WHITE. Let's see how that works. And I can't remember if it was case sensitive or not. ABCD dot includes A. No, that's false. Okay. So what I want to do is this. So submit on a key down. Yeah, let's do this. And I don't care if it's enter, just whenever I press any key, I'm just going to delete this all. Okay. When I press any key, I am going to get the input element. Now I have that input element dot value, right? I can just use that. I am going to loop through my array. I basically want to do this display colors, but I want to only do some of the colors. So I'm gonna copy this, put it here. Yeah, this is what I want. Okay, so div string is empty. I'm going to loop through the entire array, and I'm going to add an if statement. If color is at position I, which is the current color that I'm looping through, if it includes input element dot value, then I want to add that element to my div string and then update the container. Okay, so we're not using this function now because every time that I submit something into here, I want to update my list, right? I'm going to print out my list based on this criteria. Let's see if that works, right? So I'm going to loop through, and if any of the colors include whatever I typed, it'll include it. Is it as easy as that? We'll find out. So if I type A, did that get shorter? Oh, I don't know. Okay, hold on. How about, oh, something happened. Capital A. Do all of these have capital A's? Oh no, see, it's not quite working. Key down. Okay, it's kind of working. That was a capital A. Oh dear. Okay, it might be something to do with just my event handler. Hold on, I'm going to play with some different event handlers for a second. Okay, yeah, what was throwing it off, I just tested it for a bit, is I had key down. So this submit handler would run on key down, but it hadn't processed the value yet. So if we change it to key up, that means that I've put the value in there. When I release the key, then it'll be able to get the value that's in there. Okay, so if I now type like A, it'll just give me all of the colors that have a capital A in it. If I type Alice, right, that's the only one that has the word Alice in it. Oh, AL is that, A, and if I go blue, these are all the ones with blue. All right, red, oops, red. Oh, that's pretty cool. Okay, so every time I type, it gets me dark orange, orange, and orange red. Violet. Okay, so that's making use of this traversing, right, this looping, and then testing that includes, to say only give me those colors that include whatever I've typed as a substring, because with strings it works as a substring, right, or a full match. Okay, that's kind of neat. That's a nice little search bar. What else do we have? Brown. Saddle brown. I have to remember that because whenever I do brown, it gives me this color, which doesn't look very brown to me. This saddle brown looks like the more traditional brown. I'll have to remember that one. Okay, anyway, that's it for that video. Like I said, just playing around with these arrays, looping through the array to display only the ones I want based on that input element. Okay, hope that made sense. Take care. Dot includes. Okay, see you in the next video.